Hello. Today we are going to learn how to draw a horse. Now, you start with any kind of paper you like, whether it's top class vellum, or I just use normal, like, legal paper. This is just a normal printer paper from Staples. It's 8.5 by 11. Some basic supplies you'll need is a good eraser. It doesn't matter what kind of eraser, just an eraser. Rubber, whatever. I like to use a 2B pencil if you're really into the different charcoals and kinds of things, whatever you really want. But an HB or a 2B will work just fine. And for little details and stuff, I just like to use a normal mechanical pencil or just a really sharp anything else. I like the mechanical pencils just because they are already sharp. And yeah. So let's get started. Let's move these up here. Out of the way. So you'll start with your HB pencil or 2B and just sketch the basic body structure. So for me, I like to do a big circle for the chest, a kind of smaller circle for the hip, and one over here for the head. Now you can go from a model, from your head, from anything, and this is just a basic horse, I guess, no particular breed or anything. So for this, you'll want to start at its wither, which is right there, and you do a nice sloping line and kind of connect to his back end. Now, I like to set the back end a little higher, but for this one, it's got a fairly flat back, and you just kind of continue that line out, depending on your horse's mood. This is going to be his tailbone, and his mood, if it's up, he's usually excited or alert or something, and if it's down, he can either just be normal, emotionless, or if he's like swishing it around madly, then maybe he's angry. Now also from the wither to the top of the head, you don't want a straight line, so you just want a nice curving line, curving more at the top than at the bottom, and you just connect to the front of the wither right here. So I'm just going to erase this little line here that I just kind of screwed up. And so that's your basic figure, and also from the bottom of his chest, from about right there to, I don't know, maybe 8 o'clock on this hip circle, and that one's going to be fairly straight. If you want a chunkier horse, you're going to curve it out a little bit more. This one's in good shape, so I'm going to just have it pretty straight. And you might take a few tries like I did, and that's that. And this is going to be the front of his chest, and this shoulder is pretty much straight to the front of his chest, maybe a little lower like that. And at this kind of angle right here, that's where you're going to connect with the neck, and that's at about 4 or 5 o'clock depending on what kind of horse you have. Arabs have slightly narrower jugular compared to the some of the warm bloods or the draft horses. So you have this, I'm going to put it at about 5 o'clock, and you're going to want to curve it, but not too much because it gets thicker as it joins the shoulder and chest. And you have it kinda like that. So sometimes you don't want it that sculpted, I guess. For some of the thicker horses, they have more of a straight line from here to there, and it just curves at the very top like that. Someone just came on. Okay, so there's that part. Going back to the hip, this is going to form a kind of triangle from where his loins meet with his, the equivalent to our knee. It's, oh, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called, but in any case, the normal horse would be kind of along these lines, like the back of his hock would be on that line. But this horse, he's gonna be kind of moving around a little bit, so you're gonna have this leg a little further back. Now, the hip starts up here, up by the top of his hind end, and it's a kind of straight line to about right here, right below there, and then it comes back like this. Not too far, but I don't know, maybe 2 inches on this particular one, and this will join at about 5 o'clock like that. Again, it's a kind of triangle, and this hind end, this will be his hock right here, and I don't know, his leg will kind of keep going like this. Now, for proportion's sake, you don't want to make his legs too long, nor his back or his neck or anything like that. So right now this is pretty good, and for his fetlock, I'm just gonna rough out the basic sketches like this. And his other leg over here, it goes along the same line, but it's gonna be a little more forward, like this, and that, and there's the bottom of his leg. For this one, I'm just gonna have them, all the feet along the same plane on the ground. So some people like it that way, some people don't care. Some people, when they're I don't know, doing a kind of oblique or angled view, they kind of set it like you see more of the chest and less of the back legs, and they're just kind of set differently. A lot of people do that for wolves. But anyway, for this one, it's not going to be like that. Here, we will start to shape his haunch a little bit. So, I want him a little shapelier. It'll come down like that, and then it'll kind of start to straighten out and then curve up right as you get over the hock, like that. And then it'll pretty much go straight down with your other line. So that's the back of the leg, and the front, you don't want too much angle here. This one I'm gonna come down a little bit, give him a little muscle, and right at the hock, you don't want to come too close. These two lines, like those could even be a little further apart. Like I might want to bring his haunch out a little bit more back here and give him a little more bone there. And for the hock, you kind of want to give him some space for the joint. So it's big, it's thick,